I'm the custom fitting manager here at Custom Golf Performance, based at Broadstone Golf Club. Just wanted to take this bit of a chance to talk you through what you can expect when you've booked your wedge fitting here with us in the studio and out on the short game area, and the step-by-step process that we try and follow to make sure that we're getting the perfect wedge set up for your game. So like every fitting, the starting point is getting to know you as a player. We want to understand what you like about your wedge game, what you don't like about your wedge game. Are you hitting the distances that you want to hit with your wedges? Are you controlling the trajectory so you're getting the correct height that you want to see that ball go through that window? Are you controlling the spin? Are you getting enough check out of the bunkers? Are you getting enough spin when you need it? And are you getting the ball to release when you want the ball to release? How much control you've got, and the overall kind of feel and performance of your wedges. As always, if you can get a bit of an idea of some stats of what how many up and downs you have per round, where you struggle, what distances you struggle with. Any information, as much information as you can really of your overall performance around the greens and into the greens. The more you can get, the better. That gives us more information to take into your fitting and allow us to dial you in just that a little bit quicker. So to start your session in the studio, using the TrackMan to gauge an idea of your distances. Main reason we use indoor scenario for this part of your fitting is so we can use the golf ball that you use on the golf course. Whether it's a Pro V1 or whether it's a TP5, whatever ball that you use on the golf course, we'll be able to supply, and you can hit the numbers that you normally hit on the golf course using the ball that you actually use. We'll ask you to hit a few shots with your 9-iron, then your pitching wedge, and we'll gauge an understanding of what we're aiming for in terms of your carry distances with those clubs, and then where we can gap them down into your wedges. So if you've got a 45-degree pitching wedge that carries 115 yards, our sort of starting point from there would be a 50-degree wedge, which we would aim to carry around 100 yards. So we're looking for that 10 to 15 yard gap all the way down, consistently down into your most lofted wedge. So again, at that point, we would figure out whether you'd want to go into a 56 degree as your most lofted in a sand iron. Would you include a lob wedge, where that lob wedge would sit in comparison to your other wedges? Really just to try and make sure that those lofts are staggered down and your carry distances are staggered down, so you're never in that in-between area that makes controlling the distance just that little bit more difficult. So using the selection that we've got in our demo equipment, within the Vokey range, we've got every loft, every grind, every bounce of wedge. We've got a good selection of other demo wedges in other brands from Callaway, TaylorMade, Ping and Mizuno. So we're able to look at a couple of different brands to make sure that you've got the sort of head that you want within that area. And then we start to look at bounce and grind within the wedges, which is really when we start to get quite picky with the specific turf interaction that you have with each of your wedges, and make sure that we've got the grind and the bounce to suit that style that you're playing those shots with. So if you're a little bit steeper down into the ground and you're a little bit more of a digger, you tend to take bigger divots. You tend to go into something with a little bit more bounce. If you're a little bit more of a picker and take a little bit of a shallower divot or no divot at all and just like to pick the ball off the surface, you tend to prefer something with a little bit less bounce. But ultimately the proof's in the pudding. We need to get you out on the short game area. We've got a large pitching green where we can pretty much hit every shot from tighter lies around the greens to thick lies out of rough. We've got 2 bunkers out there, so we can really dial in the style of wedge and the bounce and grind that suits, and have a good comparison between what these different grinds and bounce means for you and your golf game, and which one's going to really help you score better around the greens when you're on the golf course. So once we've got the lofts and the grinds and bounces organised for you in your set, we're then able to get just like an iron fitting, be able to get nice and picky for you, so we're able to make sure that we got the right length in the club, make sure we got the right shaft. You know, would you want to match the shafts into your irons? What sort of weight, balance and feel sort of points would you like out of the shaft that you've got? Importantly, making sure that we've got the lie angle correct for you. So again, generally matching them into your iron set, or would we go a little bit flatter depending on your delivery and how the shots are coming out for you. Again, just to finish off, we would make sure that we've got the correct grip for you. You know, do you use the same grip in your wedges as you do your irons? Some people like to go a little bit softer in your wedge grip. Maybe look at something a little bit tackier, so you get that little bit of a softer feel. Again, just, you know, a real thorough look into the kind of finishing touches. Most of the wedges come in slightly different finishes as well. So, you know, do you like a more bronzed off finish? Some of the tailor-made wedges have got the sort of the intentionally rusty kind of raw look. Obviously in a Vokey, you've got your chrome or your black or your sort of brushed steel. So again, just those little touches that might just give you that little bit of an edge. So you look at something that you really enjoy looking down on, and you've got the confidence to hit any shots that you have around the greens. From there, we're pretty much ready for order, so we can go ahead and get those ordered up with the chosen manufacturer. Generally speaking, your wedges are going to take about 7 to 10 working days to arrive. Sometimes a little shorter, sometimes a little longer, just depending on stock availability and the spec that's involved. Upon arrival, we'll always do a little handover session for you, so we'll take about 20 minutes just with you in the studio or up on the chipping green, just to walk you through kind of what sort of shots you're going to see with certain wedges, and just to make sure you're 100% happy with that setup and how they feel. Then you're good to go. You can get them out on the golf course. We want to hear feedback, so just let us know. I mean, normally we do a sort of a 6-month checkup for you, so that can happen sooner. We're really flexible in terms of that type of thing. We want to know as much as we can about how the clubs are performing for you, making sure that you're completely happy with what you've got. And we often encourage a little bit of a follow-up session in a few months' time, just to make sure that we've got that all ticked off for you. Other than that, we're really looking forward to getting cracking on your golf game. Look forward to seeing you soon for your wedge fitting, and yeah, we'll get you scoring better where it counts around the greens. Thanks very much for listening, and we'll see you very soon.